you so much for coming out to our second ever video on Cyborg and Red Valkyrie with Cyborg Valkyrie off to this side.
Hello.
Look,
Shae remembered the name of our channel after the second try. That's so good, babe.
You know what? I get there. And we are joined by the absolutely amazing Carla Tornielli, who is the artist on the Grim Reaper.
Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for having me today.
Mwah. Absolutely. Oh, you're so cute.
Shae forgot to introduce herself.
I'm Shae. I'm a kitty.
The birthday girl.
I am the birthday girl kitty cat. This is what happens when I'm left in charge. So to kick things off, Carla, I'm just going to turn it straight over to you. Go ahead and give us your elevator pitch for your book.
Now, I'm going to share screen so that everyone can see your campaign.
Oh, that's sweet of you.
All right, guys. Yeah, okay, so that's the Grim Reaper. Well, of course, the story is about the Grim Reaper, which we all know, that a scary skeleton that takes away people's souls and everything. But this time, we treat the Grim Reaper as a title or as a job that somebody can do. So this story is about the World War I pilot, the Red Baron, who is chosen to be the new Grim Reaper. So we go through his journey when he learns how to be the Grim Reaper and how to do his job. Also, he is going to face some problems. For example, we have this case of this crazy scientific that is obsessed with beating death because he had a very terrible loss.
Are we still here? Nope, everybody talked.
I think we might be having a little bit of technical difficulty.
Yes, it's Carla.
Can you hear us, Carla? I can't hear, so I can't hear anybody else but me.
Really?
All right. So we're going to have to break and then come back. So just give everybody a second. I'm sorry, guys. Of course it's going to happen. Yay. All right. Give us just 1 second.
Well, I'm here.
Okay. So I can hear you. Good. See?
I left and came back.
Okay. Fantastic. So now we just need Carla to come back.
Indeed.
It wouldn't be a proper stream if there wasn't a little bit of boomerang. So basically what I'm getting off of her initial thing is like people are chosen almost like
a title.
Yeah, or like the Pope. Like you're just kind of like deliberated and then somebody's elected and now
I think she's back.
Hi! Oh, there we go.
For that. These are the ones to blame for these headphones.
You know what? I got 2 pair of those that are sitting down over here on the floor because they're crap. I totally feel you.
Yeah, and once they disconnect that, like they just reset everything and all the settings and yeah. Okay, so I just continue without them. I was so concentrated. I was doing good. Okay, I have to concentrate again. So it's hard for me to concentrate,
The last thing I heard was the guy that was doing something scientific.
All right, yeah. I was talking about this scientist he's obsessed with beating death because he had a very terrible loss when he was a child, so he's affected by that, so he wants to beat death. So he develops a technology so he actually can bring somebody back to life, but he can't bring the person's soul. It's just an empty carcass, like an empty vessel.
Like a
So
zombie.
exactly. But the thing is that the Green Reaper has to face that. I think that is very unique in this book, how everything is told from the point of view of the Green Reaper. Like, I don't think that that people very often ask themselves, how would the Green Reaper react to this? We're always thinking from the side of the alive, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So also, this Green Reaper has children. I always ask my husband, like, how can a skeleton have children? But the thing is that these children, sorry, are anthropomorphic representations of ways to die.
Oh.
So yeah, so these are three children. Each one of them represents a certain way to die. They are based in Greek mythology. John did a lot of research to do this. so these children are like rebellious. They don't want to obey their father's orders, so they cause even more trouble than already is happening. And the Green Reaper is in the middle of all the mess, so he has to set the natural order again, and But I think that it's very, very interesting, the point of view from which the story is told. It is inspired in cosmic horror genre. So I think it's very unique. Also, as for the art, that's my part. I am a manga artist, so I have a lot of experience drawing manga. This is actually my first time drawing Western comics, so you can see a very strong influence there. I enjoyed so much coloring the pages and drawing bigger noses and things that we don't do in manga. Yeah, and I love it. I think there's no turning back. I think I did enough manga for my lifetime. So no, I'm so happy with this. So yeah, basically that's it.
That's awesome.
If you like the idea, back us. We are very happy because we reached the goal. We didn't think we would make it. We did it thanks to you guys. Thanks to you all, everybody who helped us retweet, and to all the live streams that we were invited to. So we are very thankful with you all for all your help. And well, we know you're gonna love the book because we're working so hard, and there's gonna be a lot of surprises too, and also already projecting volume number 2, so there's gonna be Green Reaper for a long time.
Good. That's so cool to hear. So, John, is your husband?
Yes.
And he is the writer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe he didn't want to pay for an artist, so he got married with me.
He's like, I'm gonna marry her because she can draw my book.
Yeah, so I get all my free comics, right? It's very funny because that's how we met. He hired me, so that's how we met. It's so funny. But well, I think that's not very professional from any of us, so forget I said that.
Oh,
because then we got married. Anyway, we're already married, so all right. Anyway,
go ahead.
Bring up the fact that your husband is an artist.
My husband is an artist. Yes, he's an artist and a writer, and I'm his letterer and flatter. So
that's cool.
Kind of what the business is.
Yeah, your husband is an amazing artist. I saw his work. Wow.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. That was really sweet of you.
It's amazing. Yeah, truly. Yeah.
All right. So, you're doing the line art. You're doing the color.
Yeah, everything,
correct?
Basically.
And then the lettering on top of that.
Yep.
Good heavens, you're a busy woman.
Yeah,
so he writes a story and then he's like, here, make it a thing.
Exactly. He like writes like in, I don't know, in a day. And I spent like 2 months after that. And can you see this face? This is the face of an artist and all of that is working in a project. It's
so cute.
It's a very big work, oh my god, a very big workload.
Yes, definitely.
But well, it's worth it. We love it. We love it. Yeah.
No, it's awesome.
And then while you're busy drawing it all and coloring it and lettering it, he's busy writing 20 more scripts.
Exactly. And he's like, okay, so I have volume 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, wait. I'm still
like, I'm on
page
2. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it is. I take like 2 or 3 days in just one page. Sometimes I spend a whole day in a panel, so it's so frustrating. But
if we're going to be honest, if you're looking at a lot of your panels, there's a lot of detail, like the just below Cyborg where it says Children of Death. Yeah, right where you were. Sorry, scroll back up a little. That very first panel, if you look at that wall, the pipes and the knobs and all of the texture, like you put a lot into that. You can really tell.
Yeah, thank you. Also all the trial and error situation going on, because it's my first time, so I colored like 3 times every page and then redo it, and then I'm like, okay, but it was looking better before, so I better redo what I read. Like, yeah, it's horrible.
This is every artist ever. Every artist who's ever existed does this. So to slight tangent, my husband has drawn and redrawn his main character for the book that he's been working on for the past like 2-3 years. I think we're on version 6 of him. And like at this point, I was like, if you change his look or his powers one more time, like I'm out. I'm done. I'm not doing anything with it. And he was like, but
we're never happy with our work. Like,
never.
The artists suffer so much with that. Yeah.
You guys are all you're your worst critic, and it's just the amount of really good artwork that you see these like really, really talented artists create, and then they're like, it's shit, and then they delete the file or they throw it away. And you're like, no, it was so good. Why did you do that?
Yeah, you definitely know what you're talking about, because sometimes I just show John like the page with the flat colors and he's like, that's awesome, babe, let's publish. What are you talking about?
It looks so good, just go. You're like, I need highlight, there's shadow.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, it'd be nice if there was texture on the page before I publish it on.
Oh, I'm that. I'm like, this looks great. And he's like, this is the base layer. I can't believe that you can't tell the difference. I'm like,
yeah, that's so
disappointing. Look, I draw stick figures. I don't know if you guys, Kyle can attest to this. I drew Star Blades in stick figure form. It was horrific. But that's me. That's what I got. That's all I got.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so
this part right here, it's really nice.
I'm sorry, which part? Oh,
her cinder block textures.
I mean that, that's a tricky thing to get, to make sure that you get enough texture that it reads like cinder block or cement or whatever, but not so much that it takes over the panel or that it starts to get muddled or confused. And you have a really, really good balance.
Yeah.
And
it looks nice and dirty, like a back hallway.
It does. It's like we're like focused on this dirty back alleyway, and we're like, oh, it looks really beautiful, like a real trashy back alleyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but the sad part is that all these pages I'm showing here in the campaign, I continue working on top of that. Like, it was already published, but I continue working on that, so it's gonna look even more detail in the actual comic. And I did that with everything, and I just can't with myself, because I'm never happy with the work. And then my husband is like, okay, babe, but you have how many more pages to go? Like, move on.
I feel like I would relate so much to John right now. The amount of times that I'm like, I'm taking this file, you are done, do a different one. I don't care what. Do anything else. This is now my file, and you don't get to touch it again.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so do we want to go over your tiers real quick? Let's go and check those out.
Yes, and just to finish up what I was saying, this is an alley I'd be proud to be, stabbed and mugged in.
It's a beautiful place to be stabbed.
Yeah. Wonderful place to end up in a body bag.
To have your kidney stolen.
It's great.
Oh my God.
You know what? It's close to Halloween. We got Dark Kitty going here. We might as well just get super talking about Grim Reaper. Let's just go super dark with it. Who cares?
All right, guys. So, well, the first one is obituary, is your name in the thank you page. We sold any of that, but this is included in all the other perks. That's why. Actually, the thing is that our thank you page will be a little different from the usual because we are actually going to make a cemetery where every backer has his own tombstone. So we're gonna kill you guys. If you back us, we kill you, and you can
I love it. I'm 1,000% on board now.
That's going to be one hell of a big graveyard. That's all I'm saying.
Of course, yeah, it's going to be big, but we want to do like a spread page to fit everything.
Gotcha.
And of course that we also want to like dedicate some cool phrase, like personalized to the backer. So it will be very fun, like to see yourself and see what does my tombstone say. It's kind of creepy but fun, and that's like the vibe of this Grim Reaper story.
Right.
To have fun with dark stuff.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have just the PDF, and it's kind of self-explanatory. Also includes the name in the thank you page. So yeah, that's basically it. Then we have the book. That's the physical copy. You also get the name in the thank you page, of course, your tombstone. That's only $10. It's very cheap, I think.
Yeah, that's insanely cheap for physical. How many pages is this?
Okay, they have it listed as 35.
This is 36. It's 36 pages.
36 pages.
Yeah.
Good.
What did you do?
I scrolled rapidly. I gave everyone a seizure in the chat.
Then we have Tombstone. I kind of created that perk thinking about people that is living in other continents that will have to pay like too much shipping. So this is like an all digital perk. Like you take the digital poster, which will be the pinup that then I'm going to show you that the PDF comic, and your name in the thank you page, of course. Then we're gonna, if we can show the pinup, but then when we get there. And then we have the Tombstone Plus book, which is the same digital perk, but we send you the physical copy. That's if you say, okay, I don't care, I want to pay for the shipping because I really want the book in my shelf. So, yeah. Then we have a coffin. Oh, that includes that, I think. Well, since this was our first campaign, like the tiers perks, I don't know how to call it, are a mess. Like,
So I think.
Yeah.
Doesn't the coffin include the physical version of the pinup?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what the coffin has. Yeah, and everything we already mentioned, like the PDF, the physical copy, the name of the thank you page, and the pinup, the physical copy. And then we have funeral, which includes funeral. I think that includes a handmade sketch.
So when you say a handmade sketch, are you meaning something that you're going to make specific to each backer of that, or are you meaning a sketch that you already have drawn, the physical?
No, page? It's very fun to say handmade sketch because, of course, I draw with my hands. I don't draw with my feet. But this, with handmade, I mean not digital. Like I want it to be specialized. The handmade sketch can be any character you like in the Green Reaper. So I want to contact the backers that back that perk and ask them, okay, which character you prefer drawn in your handmade sketch. So
Oh,
yeah.
so basically they're going to get to pick from your cast of crew that you have. They get to pick which one they want, and then you're going to draw a specific one for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for example, you can ask, okay, I want the Green Reaper drinking pineapple juice, and I can do that.
Drinking pineapple juice. That's
Yeah,
cute.
I mean, as long as it's the characters of the story, I can do that handmade sketch. Okay, now I feel like we are saying handmade sketch.
It's okay.
All right. So then we have which one?
Cemetery.
Cemetery. Okay. Well, the cemetery gets you to be a part of the book. We only have 5 spots for that. We already sold 2, and you appear in the story. Um, there are several ways in which you can appear in the story. I don't like the idea of just setting a panel or a page in which I'm going to fit all my backers like, okay, this is where you are. No, I wanna, yeah, I wanna like make a fun, like search, like when you open the comic, okay, where will I find myself? Where, you know, for example, we have a backer that he wanted his character that it's an animal, his character drawn in the story. So I decided to make a taxidermy head in the wall with his character, which will be a kind of creepy, but well, this is the Green Reaper, guys.
No, that's really cool though. That's a cool way to add people in.
Yeah, also we have Hexbox that if she's in the chat,
she is.
She's to Hex. She's gonna be a ghoul in the story, like a very creepy zombie. And she like kind of customized the appearance of the zombie, of course, like her with her hair and her beanie, and you know, so you can like have fun with that, and you can like choose your vibe, let's say, because I know she likes zombies and that kind of stuff, so I think she fits perfectly there, and
Right.
attacking the Green Reaper and being all scary. All right, so after that perk, we have Graveyard. Okay, these are the last 2. In Graveyard, we have the 200, and then the last one is 300. The last one is basically everything I mentioned, but in the 200 one, the difference is that you don't get a handmade sketch, but you get a commission. Okay, and this commission can be anything you want because it's a commission. The standards of the quality of the image will be the same standard as you see in the comic. Of course, this is extremely cheap because I charge much more than that. So I think it's a very, very fair price for that. It's your chance. Then I'm going to be very busy. So yeah, you get the commission with that, and then if you back the last one, the Day of the Dead, you can get everything: the handmade sketch, the pinup, the commission, be a part of the book, the everything I mentioned, everything. Okay, so that will be the difference between those 2. Oh, and also every perk from 100 and above is free shipping. So that's also an advantage. So
yeah, no, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
And is this the print?
No. As we were talking recently, that was the initial cover, but I'm going to do a new one.
Okay. Well, as I was setting up the stream, I like to pull the cover of whatever project we're going to have on that night, and that's what I was noticing. So that was going to be my first question: is where's your cover? But if you don't have it yet, then yeah, that would definitely explain why I couldn't find it on YouTube.
That does make a lot more sense.
Oh, if you let me, before I forget, you just passed through the pinup. I want to show you guys the pinup because I'm really proud of that, because it's sexy. This is the pinup. That's Themis, one of the daughters of the Green Reaper. and she represents like the glamorous, desirable death, like the death that everybody wants to have, like sleeping and you barely noticing. Well, that's the death she represents. So she like represents also that, right? Because she looks like glamorous and desirable.
You're very much not stressed at all.
Yeah, like
She looks super
you're like,
just
okay,
chill.
take me.
Yeah, you're just like, I can relax and die. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, so that's it. So if any of you has questions, now it's the time.
Now
Woo!
is the time. So I'm so sorry about this coffee. This is killing me.
No problem. No.
Yeah, so in all honesty, like I remember when you guys very, very, very first launched and you and I kind of talked a little bit about your campaign and all of that and a couple of, tidbits of advice here and there. And honestly, I'm very impressed to see how far you have come in such a very, very short amount of time.
We are too.
It's only been 30 days and your whole campaign page doesn't even seem the same, and you definitely have some really cool stuff to kind of back up your comic and your pitch. And I'm still really impressed, even all the way down to when you scroll down on your campaign page and you see just the inks even look really, really tight, well put together.
Stop making me work.
I'm sorry I'm making you do your job, Sai. But yeah, like if you look at this, you can definitely, you can see the manga influence for sure, but it really just, it's very tight, it's very clean, and it's, I don't know, it's really impressive. I think it's really cool to see, and it's exciting to see. Normally when you have a husband-wife duo, the wives usually do more like what I do. Like I help manage.
Yeah, definitely.
I kind of help write. I don't draw. I don't color. I don't do like the really cool things. But you're the one that's like taking his story and making it something that kind of reads more like a movie or is a lot more dynamic. And I think that's a really cool thing to be able to see.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shae. And I also remember, like, you were the first person ever we talked to when we, because when we first launched that button in the campaign, we were like, all right, so now what do we do? Okay, maybe we just stare at the screen and cross our fingers.
Keep hitting refresh and hope
maybe
something
light
happens.
some candles to some saint, or I don't know. Yeah, we were like that. We were like, okay, we launched, woo! and you told us, okay, but you can do some streamings and you can do this, you can do that. You gave us so much good advice. We are so thankful with you, Shae. Since the beginning, you were the first person ever we talked to. So yeah, that's amazing. So now being already funded and in a stream with you and also with Sai, it's so cool. Like we never thought this would actually be funded. So yeah, we are very surprised.
I can understand because it's your first campaign being very shocked, but in all honesty, most first campaigns aren't quite this tight. And you seem to have you have an interesting concept with an interesting take. And I think that even if people don't fully understand how everything is going to come to pass, there's so much intrigue there that it's like, I'm totally down to spend, 10, 15, 20 bucks and be able to see how all of this kind of comes about. And not to mention you have a lot of tiers that are easily accessible. Mm-hmm. So for people that don't have a lot of cash or people that are a little bit strapped, you can still get the PDF. A physical copy of the book. And that may be it, which is kind of a bummer because there's a lot of really cool stuff that you have going on, but you still get to be a part of it. And all of those little tiny bits add up so quick in a campaign, especially when you have something like this. And, you have a realistic goal. It's between you and your husband, so your overhead is a lot less than it is for a lot of other campaigns, which makes it a lot easier for you to fund. And you still have 3 days left. So you're sitting here with 3 days left. You're funded. This isn't when you stop. Your last 24 to 48 hours is usually when these kinds of things blow up. We've seen it with every other campaign that we've checked out, people that we've helped with. That's when everything blows up, is the last couple of days.
Definitely. Yeah, we hope so. And yeah, I mean, I was going to say something, but I just forgot. But yeah, you're very right. We wanted to make this affordable because, of course, we know that this is our first campaign, that not everybody knows us, and we know we are not expecting everybody like dropping $1,000 for for the campaign, just with some random people I don't even know. We know that we have to still break that barrier. We have to build the trust with our customers to make happy customers, and after that, then we can like slowly but surely continue like working and to reach higher goals. Absolutely. But yeah, we wanted to be realistic with this. We are surprised, but also we know that we did all the work. We're working so hard, so we know we deserve it. It's not like a miracle, but we are so happy.
No, it's awesome to see, and I'm really excited for you guys. I'm really happy to see that it's gotten the attention that it needs, and you guys have gotten funded, which is super cool. How many books so far are you guys ready to do?
All right, so yeah, this is a very good question because my husband is so creative. He has so many ideas, and what I like a lot about his stories is that he researched so much. He like puts together Greek mythology, history, facts that actually happened, people that actually existed, with the actual things that happen, and everything blends together so with a very good flow. And I don't know, he just puts everything together and makes it work. So I think that his storytelling is really interesting, and he's like a machine. He never stops creating stuff. He sometimes wakes up and is like, okay, I have the new campaign. Okay, babe, but aren't we going to do this other thing first? Yeah, but after that, and then after that, and he's like that. He's like a machine. He never stops creating, and I'm honestly so surprised of that, because all the concepts are so different and so creative, and they are so good. But okay, so, I'm focusing right now on the Green Reaper. This is the first volume. He's planning on doing a trilogy, so 3 books. But the next campaign that is going to follow this one, we are planning on launching it in January to start 2020 with a lot of strength. But he's planning to do another story of the Green Reaper. Of course, that every volume has an autoconclusive story. The story starts and begins in that book, so it's not a sales pitch for the other. So he's planning a different story with the same concept and the same characters. The next story is going to introduce other children of death, because these children of death we have here are born from positive energies, because one represents the good and glamorous death that everybody wants to have. Another one is the heroic death and sacrifice and death for the common good. And the other one is the silly death, the death that like happens when you, for example, you are showering and you sleep with the soap and you crack your head or something. Okay, those are like positive energies. But in the next book, he's going to use some bad energies, like, for example, rage or pests or things like that. And he's going to blend that with the myth of Pandora's box. So it's very interesting. It has a lot of history of and he's very philosophic with his stories, so I think it has a very good meaning. And when you close the book, you like start questioning things about life and death and your own view as a living person, like
That's really cool.
Yeah, I really like that. And well, actually in the second campaign we're planning to do volume 2 and also a spin-off that I'm so crazy about. The spin-off. I love it so much. It's going to be the Green Reaper and Rasputin's medallion. He's going to use the legend of Rasputin from Russia. So I'm so looking forward drawing that because I love the aesthetic and I want to try like a different drawing style in that spin-off. But we're going to put everything together in next campaign. But yeah, there's a lot of plans, a lot of projects. But the Green Reaper is going to be three books.
That's very cool. So you've got the Grim Reaper that's going to be 3 books. You got
Yeah.
however many others between you and him that you guys have thought about. That's really cool. I'm very, very happy to hear that this is not going to be a one and done and this is the last that we see of you guys, because you're just so sweet and you guys care so much about the customer and the product, and it's shown through since day one. And I'm really, really happy to hear that you guys are going to be around for a while.
Thank you, Shae. Thank you. Yeah, we're here to stay. I mean, we're going to finish the Green Reaper saga, and then we're going to continue. I mean, my husband is a ideas machine. He's always writing, always thinking of new stuff, reading, watching documentaries. You know, he's always creating stuff.
I feel like your husband and mine would get along great.
Yeah, and I have to like follow him drawing like a slow turtle. Oh no, babe, wait for me. Yeah.
Well, I honestly, you're doing great, Carla, and I'm very, very happy.
Thanks so much, Shae.
So I didn't see any questions in the chat. I just saw a whole lot of love for you and for John, which is really cool. Did you have any questions, Sai?
Thank you so much, guys.
I just wanted to confirm. So this book, you're estimating that customers are going to have it in their hands next May, but then you're going to launch like campaign 2 for Grim Reaper in January. Was that right?
Oh, I'm very happy that you brought that because we actually put May because everybody's advice was like, if you want to do it in December, then put like 6 months ahead to cover, you know. But no, we are already finishing this first volume. We're going to print it in November and ship it in December. So yeah, I think that it will be already shipped in December if everything goes well. So we want to finish fulfilling in December to start working on the next campaign in January. We have everything scheduled like this because I know that if I start a new campaign without fulfilling the previous one, I will explode. You know, I want to finish one thing first, and also I want the people receive the books and make reviews and show it to everybody else so they know that we are serious people, that we actually deliver, you know.
Right. And that was my concern, is that if you started a second one 4 months before anyone had a chance to have the first one in their hands, then they might be like,
you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. And then the only other concern that I have is the same concern I have for every single person who says that they're going to try and ship in December. Just be very careful and mindful when you have the increase of holiday shipping the increase of lost packages and stolen packages and stuff like that, especially with you guys offering to cover shipping for anybody who does 100 and up. That is something that could end up potentially being a concern. And if you have no concerns, then by all means. But if it were me personally, I would probably wait to ship until January when the shipping season is kind of calmed down a little bit.
That's true, and thank you for that. Thank you for your advice,
just
guys.
Something to think about. I'm by no means saying you can't ship, and I'm just saying that would be my main concern.
Sure. I mean, probably we can even ship it in November, you know. I don't want to make promises, but I'm going to finish drawing the comic on Halloween. That's my deadline. I'm going to get drunk in Halloween to celebrate. I finished working.
I am all for getting drunk on Halloween.
Exactly. And after I wake up, all with my headache and then we can start with the shipping. And I think we have all November for that. I prefer like covering myself and saying, okay, not yet, but actually I think we can ship it in November. So it is very true what you say, the increasing of the lost packages and all the mess with the holidays. So yeah, probably if it isn't ready for November, maybe we can just send it in January. People are expecting it for May, so that's why
Right.
it's good to put that deadline ahead, so much ahead. So yeah,
Right.
I
The only thing I'd add to that
yeah.
is having worked at Amazon, the time that you don't want to ship is between Thanksgiving and New Year's.
Yep.
All
So
right.
you want to not
You want to
only
wait till New Year's is over and then
right,
all of that stuff is done,
right. So
and
don't even do
that's
it at the end of Christmas. Do it. Wait another week until New Year's is done, because that way all the people that are dissatisfied with their Christmas gifts and are doing all the returns via all the shipping, that can all get cleared out as well.
Awesome. Thank you for the advice, guys.
You're very
of
welcome.
course.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I feel like this is a great place to end it. I'm so happy that we got you on, Carla, and I love that you're our second. Like, you're such
Yeah.
a sweet girl. This is so
Thank
great.
you, guys. Thank you.
So, for everybody who hasn't gone and backed, I don't know what your problem is, and I'm gonna need you to go and fix that.
Come on, guys, at least $4. Come on.
You know what? I want to see this hit at a minimum. I want to see it hit 1,500. You got 3 days. Come on, guys, for real. I feel like that's not unreasonable. But definitely go and back. The link for Carla's super awesome campaign is in the description of the video. And make sure that you follow her and follow John, because obviously a bunch of stuff is going to be coming up. So make sure that you go and follow both of them on Twitter, and so you don't stay out of the loop. And of course, as always, like, subscribe, follow me, follow Cy. And thank you guys so much for coming out and seeing Dark Kitty and Carla and Grim Reaper and Cyborg and all of the ridiculousness that is us boomering this wonderful campaign.
No, absolutely. And I just dropped the link in the chat again, just in case anyone is too lazy to go to the description. So, there you go.
So you have no excuses now.
None.
All right.
Subscribe.
Absolutely. And Carla, thanks for coming on. And
so much.
audience, have a great
Thank you
rest
for
of your
having me.
You're very welcome.
Anytime. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. We're like little children.